How we doing out there? I'm Servant. I'm Pisces. Uh, I was gave out a little bit this morning to say that good morning. But the thing about this is, I was thinking again the point of sovereignty. The thing to understand that are you sovereign? Do you even know what sovereign even means? To the point of where how you've built this shield around your own planet instead of the principality being around your planet with you. Okay? Where do we stand? How do we stand? What do we do? How do we do this? Why are we doing this? Everybody's heard the Epstein files, how far up the food chain it went, how the top of the class was going to do what they wanted to do. Satanism, which, the bottom line of it is they were playing a big game because they could, because they was allowed in the door. Are you sovereign enough to understand that where you stand and where you're going to stand and always going to stand? This has to do with mammon, money. You may be rich, you may be poor, however it may be. The understanding about what it's about. The point of understanding that you're being locked up and locked out of your life, okay? They're going to lock you out of your life. They've changed the rules, the regulations 24/7. This, that, this, that. Well, how do you get around all that? How do you stand in sovereignty? How do you be a sovereign person? Is that gold, silver, platinum, palladium, uranium? No, surely not. But the point of it being is that what you do is you stop, either with your queen, king, whatever, however, and you got to bring out the big tool. You got to go ahead and bring it on the table and say, hey, what do we do if we can't buy, sell or trade? We're not taking the mark of the beast. We're not going to follow down that path. It's kind of like whenever you heard the UK, they said, well, guess what? If you don't have this digital ID pass, you're not going to be able to work. Okay? Well, that was a clue that they said, well, you're not going to be able to work. That was how them getting around the point of the number of 666, taking the mark of the beast, because they gave you an ultimatum. Okay, you have a choice. Now, the point of it is you have a choice before this hits the gate, okay, at this point. If you don't pull back, and if you don't realize where you're at, and if you don't see how gold prices and silver prices and how everything is going to staves, anyhow, how it's going south on you, then you need to really realize what I'm telling you. Now, by the Father, you're spending time with Him. You need to ask Him those questions. You think that you're just sitting there asking for blessings or asking for help and hope and all these things. You already got all that, okay? If you're baptized, okay, and you know your Lord and Savior is Jesus Christ, okay, and you're good to go, then the hard questions need to be asked, not the simple question. How do I contain my children? Maybe that's one of them. The important thing that the Father's going to give you, He's going to give you the answer, okay? He's going to tell you what it is, and you're not going to like it, I can promise you that. Look, I haven't liked a lot of things I had to go through either, but guess what? I'm here, and I'm kicking. So the thing about it is that what you got to understand is that what are you going to do when they shut off the spigot? They're going to put you in these little 15-minute communities, and they're going to do this, that, and the other. Well, look at here. You're going to have to bring it back to home, okay? However many people you have around you at the time, how many people you got in your community, how close-knit of a crowd have you got? How are you going to observe and get around all this? Well, The point being is that's the answers that you have to seek. You have to seek it through the Father and then bring it to the table. And it will be biblical. It won't be man's mind to do this, okay? It will be man's mind to keep creating and going on. I had went on and said something about the uh, digital complexes they're building, the data complexes. Well, nobody knows that these data complexes drink water, okay? They have to have water to cool them because as much frequency that they're moving causes heat, lots of it. So what do? Okay, well, you got to remember that famine and a drought, okay, there's also different kinds of drought. The part of the Euphrates River drying up, which we know that's in Revelations, that comes through and pulls back, that the angels will be loosened. The other part of it is that a famine, which is a big famine going on right now that nobody actually notices. It's the famine of people knowing the Father. Or they know the Father, but they're just not going to go there. They're going to try to wait to the last minute. Well, let's put it this way. Lukewarm is not going to get anybody anywhere, okay? You can be as lukewarm all you want to, but you think you're getting away with something. You're not, okay? The point of this being, or this morning, is to wake you guys up. This is a point. I can cut up and I can give a good testimony about this, that, and the other, but this testimony is from the Father, okay? He wants you to understand that you're going to have to, everybody wants to say man up, woman up, kid up, whatever you got to do to understand what's coming. And this is not going to be fun. The government's up there making decisions. The Supreme Court is making decisions, which they don't have a clue. They do not. All they have is convincing testimony from people that want to keep the old system running. They want a new system in this place, but they're not looking at it as the right way. They want to control the digital system. Well, to participate in what? They don't want to participate in sovereignty. They sure don't want you waking up. They don't want you spending time with the Father. They'll keep you spin up on that cell phone until it's already done and over with. Or the TV, or whatever else they can drum up out there to make somebody think about. I don't care about none of that. Because look, if you always have a mindset of lack or have not being sovereign, not understanding you are your own planet, you are your own person one-on-one with the Father. How did you get here? Did a president or did a school teacher or did they plant you on this planet? Did they write your name in the book of life and bring you here? No, they didn't do that. There wasn't nobody out there that could do that. It's only God. Your gifts and blessings inside of you, they don't want you to unlock them because they know that you have power, okay? Every one of you got power. And the thing about that is they know they can't control that. And the upper echelon was keeping it damped down by keeping everybody in a spin cycle from Astara to Baal, okay? So the decrees that are floating around out here and all the other decrees that they could throw, they just made sure that you were in a spin cycle, okay? Made sure that your head was south instead of looking north. All these things have nothing to do with you. That's God. Everything that's going on this planet is God's problem. And He will give it to you to step into wherever you need to step in at. But understand this, that these people don't have any recollection about you, the person that lives in Loco, Oklahoma, okay? They don't even know you even exist. All they know is you're loco. And some of you are. But the point of it being is that what do you do? Okay? There's no money. There's no sovereignty. There's no nothing. What do you do? Are you going to fight against the principality? Well, you can. How does that work? Do you have a say in how things are going to go? Well, nobody's got a say in anything anymore. You can go up there and vote all you want to. You think that's going to change AI's mind? I don't think so. I think everybody thinks that this is a great big way to rule the world the way they want to behind the scenes. It's just an algorithm. That's the way they look at you. Just an algorithm. Because whenever you go on your phone and do what you do, you've already created your own algorithm. Okay? Things are popping up on there that you do or you notice or whatever they are. Well, you got a profile and it's already got that profile. So understand that they're going to try to force you into something that you have no knowledge about. As of today, you have knowledge. Now, whether you gain wisdom out of it's a little different story. I have a lot of things that I have to gain wisdom in, but I stay with the Father all the time. That's all I do. But let me push this out there to you. You know, you're the wonderful children of God, and He put you here for a reason at this time to be a voice, to be a stand up, to be a stand in, to be a stand around, part in community, part in source, your resource, your resources, and the resilience of you. So, you know, you're not just here just walking around and eating corn dogs and just enjoying life. Look here, you got your children, your grandchildren, all these people to think about. Even though their head is spun up in laptops and everything else, this is the new world. We can make money by sitting on the house. Well, yeah, you can. But guess what? You can't do much more than that because you don't have a mind anymore. You don't have a say-so about what you do anymore. You will go get your glasses when you're supposed to get your glasses, and you will be debited whatever they want you to do. It's just it's a precursor to taking the mark of the beast. Okay? So wherever you want to stand at, but you see it coming. Okay? You see it all coming now. The UK, China, Russia, Zelensky, all these things that are going on is, what do you think? The big stir up, the big problem, the big thing, which has nothing to do with none of us. We just got to worry about our own sovereign planet with God. You're one-on-one with the Father. So spend time with Him. Spend that understanding that He's going to give you the download to where you need to be at and what you need to do. Saving up on gold, silver, platinum, no uranium, please. But the thing that Father's got going on, He wants everybody out there to know what's happening. And you know what? I'll push it out there. I'm not scared of it. But the point of being is, I don't know how long they're going to let me stay, but I'll get out there one way or another. The Father will make sure of it. And I will be doing another little deal tonight. And I go on Twitch, 8 o'clock every night. Unless, you know, I'm teleported somewhere else. So maybe understand that the people, you, the wonderful children of God, spending that time with Him, precepts, statutes, commandments, testimonies, getting your affirmations, getting your downloads, bringing your community together, taking care of your people. And this is going to get wild. It is. But guess what? It really doesn't make any difference what they do. They're not going to win. But, you know, where are we going to be at in the time? Well, we'll either be here or we'll be in eternal life with the Father. So, anyways, I got you 15 minutes. That's not too bad. That's not too bad for a midday snack, is it? But anyhow, I'm Servant. I'm Pisces. Y'all have a good one.